Take my hand together, we'll vlog. Oh, the variations of that. Okay, so I still want to make a t-shirt that has the computer screen with the hand coming out of it, but is edited. Actually, I'd like to do kind of the Halloween series where it's like a mummy hand, a Frankenstein's monster's hand, um, maybe the creature from the Black Lagoon with like webbed fingers. It would be funny to have all those. Sorry, I just thought about how Phelps's hands are sort of webbed and feet are webbed. Apparently, Michael Phelps, the Olympian. Anyway, so I don't have much to talk about today, really. But of course, I've already taken like what, a minute on this vlog. Thank you for those who commented on yesterday's video. I need to go check out the music that you suggested. But earlier I was reading through a BuzzFeed list, and it had, I know, BuzzFeed, I don't even, I'm an internet user, whatever. Um, I was reading through a BuzzFeed list, and it had facts about Star Wars, and then at the end it had a link to the Star Wars theme as a disco tune. It said from 1977. Apparently there's some debate about 77 or 71 or something. Whatever, didn't do my research, but I will put the link in the description and on the video and such. Also, there's a cool video here, an article about a homeless man that thinks he's walking into his friend's house. It's a neat video. I'd like to be able to step into like that level of charity stuff, but because I just finished a book about minimalism, it was really weird. It like opened. If there was a jitter there, it's because it opened in another window when I clicked back to watch myself talk to the camera. Um, the minimalism thing. So because I went through the book about minimalism, I feel like the whole buying this homeless guy a house with money that was donated that happens in that video. I mean, his response is cool and he's very thankful and all, and it's still a good video to watch. But I still, when I watched it, I was like, so they're buying him all this stuff. Like literally, the guy makes the statement that the minimalist book just had an issue with that I just finished. He says, we just rented this, what Charles or these guys, we just rented him a house, and now we need to fill it with stuff. He literally said that. Wow. Wow. Also on the aspect of like community, I thought like if you really trust this guy and like want to grow as friends as you also help him, why not be roommates somewhere? Or like, hey, we decided, I don't know, because I'm all about that. Just saying. I love that I live with one of my friends right now, but I also think about how there are other friends that I have that are not around, and that bothers me, and, you know, I mean, heck, that's why you meet up with friends and like go on trips. This one little part of my hair that's sticking out is bothering me. Um, so yeah, just maybe I'm crazy and should just be like all happy for the guy, but I hate that he had whatever issues he had, ended up becoming homeless, no job, no whatever, right? And now he's just back in a situation to get back into the cycle of get stuff. Like no lesson was learned from living without stuff, that stuff didn't matter, maybe? No? Maybe I'm crazy. Just a thought, just a thought. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below or in a, response video if that's your thing. Response videos and stuff. Yeah. Mother's Day is this weekend. Woo! Computers. Mother's Day is this weekend. Did you get your mom something for Mother's Day? I have not. On the note of material possessions, I don't have any money right now. But I will be going to visit my mom. Well, so she'll, get my time and pay my gas. I laugh because I think it's terrible that I've made choices in this point in my life at 27 to be like somewhat of an irresponsible adult. This also reminds me there's a Cracked article that talks about the lie of rags to riches needs to go away because people need to admit where other people helped them out whenever they weren't being responsible or whatever. Because people have facilitated me. Thank you. Whether that's yes, I've had free time and I'm between things, and so I've had time to help out at the agency and be an assistant there. But that's kind of like a very flexible job and not consistent, or different people I know, allowing me to do work for them or help them. And then, of course, me stepping up and kind of creating my own business in the niche of shooting auditions and showing up at people's houses and coaching and setting up a background and doing their lighting and all that stuff, which does flex the artistic cinematographer side of me. So I think I've grown with that, especially in the studies. I've grown a lot in the last 6 months, back with doing the almost and such. So, yeah. So are you guys reading any books? Have you read any books? Tell me in the comments, or do a response video. I need to. I don't know. I sort of would like to start another book, but like I said, I don't have the money to buy another audiobook. I at one point found where Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance is on YouTube, but it's read by a really computery voice, and I tried to listen to it, and I just kept zoning out with the monotony of the voice. It's just just hit you right there, and you can't. Because Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance is a book that's referenced by Josh Waitzkin, the chess prodigy, which he hates that. The prodigy, not that he is one, but in his book, The Art of Learning. And it's mentioned there, it's mentioned by Tim Ferriss, and I think it was even just mentioned in the Minimalist book, Everything That Remains. So, yeah. So I guess that's a book. My point is, a lot of times when I read these different books and people reference other books, I try to check them out. No different than I watch TV shows and stuff gets referenced. I want to know more about it. Like, I really should read To Kill a Mockingbird. It was referenced like in Lost, and it's referenced in a lot of stuff. There is that level where if I know enough about something but haven't read it, but have read passages or have seen the references and get when I see them, that I just kind of go, I get the cultural awareness of this book. Is that terrible that I'm okay with Cliff Notes, summations, and summaries? To speak of To Kill a Mockingbird, I bring it up because, yes, it was referenced in Lost, and I started reading an article about Lost because it is exactly 10 years since they started filming the pilot. And today I listened to episode 1 on Crash Course Literature of To Kill a Mockingbird. Not Crash Course Literature episode 1, but To Kill a Mockingbird episode 1. Sometimes books on Crash Course Literature get broken into 2 episodes, if not more. There might be one that's 3. I don't know. I'd assume it was one of the Shakespeare books, but I think they keep it to 2 and some stuff up. But John does really good, and then also John's insights. I feel like either maybe when I was in high school, I just was oblivious to the stuff my teachers were trying to teach me. I don't think so. Or they just didn't explain stuff in this way that's like, wow, this is actually interesting, and it's not just so dependent on, did you do your homework and read? I can't even teach you about this chapter if you don't, I've already read the whole dang book. Whereas John just teaches you, like, just talks about it. Talks about specific passages and stuff. Very similar in some ways to how my college professors approached literature, which is when I really feel like I stepped into having an actual appreciation of it, as opposed to being a smart person who thought I should have an appreciation of it, who that propelled to have an appreciation of it or to read things. Because I will be honest, that's where I'm a little pretentious as a person. I know I'm smart, and so I do things that perpetuate me being smart, though that's sort of on the side of Freakonomics and Talent is Overrated, the book, is what they talk about. That if a child or a person believes they're smart and others around them think they're smart, then they will do things that smart people do. Because I'm smart, so, you know. And then I guess at some point you just actually are smart. Fake it till you make it, except for when you don't realize you're faking it. I did that because I feel like I started to squint my eyes a lot. I'm going to talk to you with my eyes closed. Alright, that's all I've got for you. Hope you enjoyed this vlog. I was okay with doing like a 10-minute vlog because earlier I thought about coffee time with Dodger, I don't know if you've ever watched Coffee Time. I've watched a lot of her vlogs and kind of don't actually care about her gaming show because I'm not that big of a gamer. I sort of used to be. I've always brought that up and been like, I was always more of a watcher because I didn't always own my own systems. Though I did play as far as I could get through Sonic 2, not the first one. The first one really wasn't that amazing of a game to me as a kid. 2, Sonic and Knuckles, um, Street Fighter, a lot of Sega games for a while there in my life, and then Super Nintendo. I'd like to go back and play through Super Mario on Super Nintendo if we could get a hold of one of those. If anybody could just, make that happen for me, that'd be awesome. Um, 'Cause yeah, I've broken out the like retro Nintendo thing that I have. It's not really a Nintendo, but it looks like one, but it's like a third of the size. And I just can tell that like it's not something that holds any nostalgia for me. Well, I mean it holds some, but it's not the same. Like I'd much rather spend time like picking up a Sega, Super Nintendo, or Nintendo 64 game if I'm going to choose to retro game on like I'm going to choose to play a retro game. It would be something from one of those, and not Donkey Kong Country. I'm sorry, I don't like Donkey Kong Country. I'm just no. I'd rather sit and play Super Mario or GoldenEye. Yep, that's all I've got. I can continue to talk and bring up other streams of thought in this brain of mine. We will let that go. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and comment below. And in the comments, answer all of those questions about the things and the stuff, or comment on whatever. And thanks for the comment about my shirt yesterday. I think this one's pretty cool. And also, when Rhino came home from work, he put on a green shirt. So apparently today was Green Shirt Day. I've had a lot of those lately. This past week at my acting class, all except for one of the guys at the class had on a blue shirt. There was somewhere else that I was, and we all had on the same color. It was interesting. Stay classy.